Then Tournament shut down their master server. I want to spend a few minutes reminiscing about the game and how it's impacted me. Got a little gameplay that I made. I jumped in with some godlike bots and played a little TDM. I haven't played this game even close to seriously in many years, so I'm not nearly as good as I used to be. But I just still get that spark whenever I play it, even against bots, which is not nearly as fun, but still rewarding in its own way. First thing that got me, even just looking at this, is just the creativity you can have, the way the movement and the mobility feels, how many different guns you have, even how good the bots are. I mean, the bots are like actually smart. Now, obviously, they follow very obvious paths, but they're pretty dang smart. I mean, these bots got awards at the time. And then I started thinking about all the different game modes you could play. Things like Assault, Bombing Run, Onslaught, these massive maps, tons of people, 64 people. Thinking at all the vehicles and, like I said, the different guns and the utility of different guns, like the way that the link gun will slow you down, as with a flat cannon. You can juggle people with the shock rifle. The lightning gun, you can get headshots and do double damage. Shield gun, where you can protect yourself, but also use it as a mechanism to dodge and reach hard to reach places. The mechanics are so excellent, and it's really what got Epic Games such a high spot in my mind, even though this was really the only Epic Games title I ever played. It just showed me how good Epic Games was at creating a well-balanced game. Pretty much without exception, if you played the game well and you used the mechanics correctly, you could beat anyone. The skill gap was so high, unbelievably high. To give an example, if you played a one-on-one as a new player against someone who had played for a long time, you would lose 30-0. They would zero you. It's almost impossible to even get lucky as someone new to the game against someone good, because they just have so much knowledge and know the guns and know the maps and know the ways to get away from you and stay away from you. They've timed all the shields that spawn. They know when double damage spawns. They know how to use the guns. They know which guns you should be up close for. They know which guns you should be far away for. They could juggle you and use gravity against you and push you backwards. I mean, they could even do disrespectful things like kill you with the shield gun, the gun that's supposed to be a shield. Every time I played, I got this feeling of anticipation because of that. What was I going to be able to do next? What was I going to be able to do better? And you could see the growth every time you played, and it made the game so addictive. I learned so much about self-improvement from this game, even, and patience. Learning patience, taking time to learn all the guns, and taking time to understand that, hey, there's a reason why you were unsuccessful here, and this is how you get successful. Because you need to think, when I started playing this game, I was 12. It's almost 20 years ago. I'm like 30 now. I didn't know anything about anything then. I still don't know that much now, but this taught me how to improve. What do I need to do to actually improve? That's a skill in itself and something that's very admirable. But the dopamine you get from that is just unbelievable. Not even to mention all the creativity that you can have in this game. The maps are built in such a way that you can achieve an objective many different ways. In many cases, people will find ways to use the map that you could never even think of. Having a map editor in the game allowed for other people to create new maps that were inventive, and you could actually edit the skins in the game. The game was eminently moddable, so you could change your character's look as well from the base game. It's also really, really cool. Let's not even mention the fact that you can mod game types, add things like low gravity, super speed, make it one-hit kills, build new weapons into the game, build new game modes. The game is so varied. There's so much you can do with it. That's what made it so impressive to me. And one of the reasons why I could keep playing 10, 15 years later, because there's always something new and something different. Just watching this really brings me back. I think about all the times that I spent, how I didn't know it was a great time until it finished, and how I'd still reminisce about it today. And it really teaches one more lesson, even now looking back. Treasure the moments you have and to make the most of them. Treat them as important as they should be, because you never know when those moments may not come back. If anything, my biggest regret is that I didn't treasure it more. I didn't talk about it more. I didn't find more people that enjoyed what I enjoyed, because there was a lot of times where I wanted to talk about what I'd learned and what I was doing in this game, and I didn't, because not a lot of people I knew played it. And that actually is some of the genesis to why I'm making YouTube videos, is that, hey, I made this mistake in the past, but I want to grow as a person. And part of it is understanding that if you enjoy something and it's a hobby of yours, and you're willing to share it, don't be afraid to share it and let it be known and gush about the things you enjoy. Because if you think about anyone's hobbies or side pursuits, you always know that the people who love it the most will always talk about it if they're put in the right situation. That is exactly how I feel about a tournament and video games in general. It's the reason why I like making videos, because I can just kind of talk about things I enjoy and get into probably excruciating levels of detail on all these different aspects of my favorite games, my favorite strategies for the games, and how they've impacted me as a person, because it is more than just the impact of a side pursuit. It really has helped shape who I am, and I want to make that clear and make that okay for people to know that your life can be shaped by games, that you don't have to feel as ashamed as I felt when I was younger about playing video games a lot. It felt more like a taboo then. I'm glad it isn't now. Naturally, if you play or do anything that can be addictive, you should definitely be careful about that and understand that that may impact you negatively. But I think I've turned out pretty well adjusted, so all those negative thoughts that I had about myself when I played lots of video games when I was younger was unfounded. I want to let other people know that it's okay to enjoy something and to speak out about it. To not be afraid like I was. Thankfully, Unreal Tournament is one of those things that I could say genuinely 20 years later that I still love it and I always will, even though I may not have the ability to play any longer. I guess that's my love letter to Unreal Tournament. I went 18-6 in this game. Not very good, but hey, I haven't played in years. Cut me some slack. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.